Now, we all know the best food comes out around the holidays, right? The appetizers, all that yummy stuff, the cheesecakes. But what can you do if you're trying to lose weight this time of year or even start? Well, join me now to talk about a new diet option is Dr. Amy Lilly from BioHRT Natural Health and Wellness Center and Spence Spencer, owner of Victus Lifestyle. Thank you both for joining us today. It's a tough time to try to lose weight or keep weight off, but you have a new program that will really help folks out.
We have a great new program, and I've found that at our center, where we focus a lot on hormone replacement therapy and a lot of symptoms that come along with aging, such as weight loss, that's a difficult one to treat. Especially as we age, our brain function is a little bit more diminished. And so there's a hormone called HCG, or human chorionic gonadotropin, and it was found back in Europe over a century ago that it worked really well to release all that excess fat that we hold on our bodies. And so what we've done is we've put together a program that utilizes HCG that you take daily, along with a very particular diet plan that goes along with it to allow all your fat to be released and utilized as energy, so you can lose up to 1 pound to 1.5 pounds of fat a day on this program.
Wow.
And anyone who needs to lose about 20 to 30, at least 20 to 30 pounds would be an ideal candidate, man or woman.
Now, how important is it? I know you two teamed up, so the food component, what you're eating to make this work is important. Talk about that. Is it specialized food components that you need to have?
Yeah, it's a very specialized component. We've got a top-notch chef putting it together. You have to weigh out the meat specifically. You got to make sure there's no fat left over on the meat. There's very specific vegetables you're allowed to use. There's a lot of chemistry going into making sure that you're not stopping the potency of the hormone. I want to make sure we don't negate anything that she's trying to achieve with or that she's achieving with the hormone.
Wow, so really the kinds of food that you take with this matter in this case.
Absolutely, they're very specific.
Now, how does that work once you want to go back to a normal eating routine, or do you always need to eat like this for the rest of your life?
You do not. On this program, what you're eating is actually very few calories, and they come from very specific foods that have certain nutrients. But it's a 500 calorie a day diet program, which is really low.
Wow.
But don't be scared.
I was like, what?
Don't be scared. The reason it's low is because you're actually utilizing the fat that's being released into your bloodstream as energy throughout the day. So a lot of times, people aren't even hungry during the day to eat the food, but you have to eat the food, because overall it ends up being a 2,000 calorie a day diet that you're on. 500 of it comes from the food, the very specific foods. And the neat thing about what Spence does at Victus is he prepares all the food for you and then delivers it to your door. So you don't have to worry about any aspect of weighing, measuring, preparing, planning, none of it.
Yeah, most people do not want to deal with that. What's the kind of stuff that you would get, let's say, for breakfast, for example?
Actually, for breakfast, which with the specific diet, it's actually only coffee and tea.
Okay.
The dinner and the lunch, it's very specific as far as like you're going to get about 100 grams of anything from red meat to chicken. Typically not red meat because there's a little bit too much fat in it in American red meat, but fish, your white fish, and then you're going to throw some different spices on there and some very specific vegetables that'll go with it.
Okay.
And then your fruit's going to be apples, oranges, grapefruit, something along those lines.
And I know chefs have a unique way of making some of this stuff taste incredible by just the things they do with it. How you cook it can make a big difference too. I think a lot of people get turned off because they don't prepare their food as well as some folks can for you. So they'll enjoy their food. So in order for you not to be hungry, because you said on 500 calories a day, you said this, so this hormone helps to make you feel full?
So the hormone actually acts at the hypothalamus level in the brain. So the hypothalamus is a part of the brain that actually regulates a lot of our metabolism and the enzymatic processes in our bodies, and also the fat metabolism and how we utilize fat. And so, like I said, as we age, that ability tends to become less and less.
Wow.
And so this hormone acts on the brain to actually release that fat into the bloodstream so we can utilize it.
Very interesting. And you help folks too, because a lot of people might hear this and go, wow, I don't know, I think I might need some support or call a girlfriend. How does that work? Because I know that that's important.
The first question I usually get after I explain the program to people is, how do you know I'm going to keep the weight off?
Yeah.
Because most people have tried lots of different diets and have been successful, but then the weight kind of creeps back on. So we thought about that ahead of time, and we thought, okay, if we take away the element of having to prepare the food yourself, because we're having Victus prepare your food for you, and we also have a program for you where once a week you come back into the office. We have a clinical psychologist who works at BioHRT, and she's going to be doing some group sessions once a week with everyone on the program, just to talk about challenges that you have, what your relationship is to food, just so you can be assured to be more successful on the other end. And we also have nutritionists coming in to talk about how to prepare food and what foods are healthy. And so if you want to continue with the program for the next, say, 3, 4, 5 weeks, you don't necessarily have to do the HCG anymore, but the education component will continue to be there for you.
Which is, I'm learning, is so important, how you prepare your foods, what
So
foods you're
important.
cooking. And if you want to get started, if somebody out there is thinking, you know, I think this is for me, how do they get started?
The best thing to do is go to biodiets.com.
Okay.
Or you can call our office or stop by, and we're happy to answer any questions you may have.
All right. Wow, what a great idea. You do the cooking for them, so takes the guesswork out of what to make, and then you're going to be full and you're going to lose weight all at the same time. More information right there at biodiets.com. There's the phone number right there on your screen. Give them a call and get started today. Don't wait. Get it going on right now.